in Atlanta to even recognize that, because the team wasn't there in '58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. He lays it up and banks it in.
Well, that's awareness there from Randall. He keeps an eye out for his open teammate.
Here's Thompson. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They lead by 4. Beyond the arc. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Cunningham looking it over. Snatched away. For the finish. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Ooh, SpongeBob. Wow.
Now here's Johnson. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Pulls it from the top of the key, and it comes off the front of the rim. Cunningham outside. With the drive, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And Cade Cunningham earning every bit of those points, just driving against contact and still able
Get back.
to focus and finish.
You just stinky face back.
Johnson on the wing. And it's Thor with a rebound. Pistons trail by 4. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, DA? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition. He can get above the rim. He's a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence. First and foremost, it's the athletic ability and that raw talent. It's there for Asar Thompson. He's just got to keep developing and refining all the little micro skills.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. To the inside.
A snappy pass there from Daniels. He knows moving the ball well is a big part of why he's got court time.
There's Cunningham with a 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Daniels. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's Randall. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Randall's got 5. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. 50 seconds left in the first quarter here. To the wing on the left. Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, there are a myriad of reasons why Cade Cunningham went first overall in the draft. but his incredible passing is certainly at the top of the list.
Here's Daniels. Takes it inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Detroit with the ball. They trail by 11.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Here's Daniels. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Here's Walsh, and that one's good.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends, highly effective down there with the physical play.
And so it's Atlanta in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They just can't miss right now. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. You know, for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
And out of bounds, the Hawks will have it. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Picked up by Okongwu. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
What an athlete Jalen Johnson is. You see how explosive he can be on the drive.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Here's Johnson. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's George. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. The Hawks making a switch here. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And here's Mitchell. Pass to Okongwu. The baseline J. It's rebounded by George.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
That falls. Nice setup by Harris. George has got 9 points now in the quarter.
We're beginning to see this more and more from Harris, just taking what the defense allowed, and that time finding the wide open man.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
George, no good.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, Randall, when he has the ball in his hands, aware that there might be an open teammate, that time he found him.
Pass to Waiters. The three is up. Tipped. Here's Walsh. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Looking to end this cold spell. And it's Cunningham missing.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And it's Whitmore missing. Thompson outside. Driving inside. The rebound by Atlanta.
And tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off. D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Here's Cunningham. And he connects with a jumper. Cunningham's got 9.
Ivy can score it, but showing his combo mentality to run the offense.
Randall right side. Shoots it from the corner. And there it is for him.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Pass to Whitmore. Outside for Randall. Fires from the wing. Thompson pulls it in.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Oh, nice shot by Mitchell.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Cunningham drives in. And a nice finish on the layup. Cunningham's got 6 here in the quarter. The Hawks lead by 22. Pass to Whitmore. Fades back. Duran with the rebound.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
For 3, here's Harris. Oh, and that miss makes him 0 for 4. Not a great start.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Yeah, big man with big-time handles. Great work by Randall to create for himself.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Atlanta on top, just dominating this one. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And Schroeder has got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Here's Whitmore outside. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
And he comes up with a bucket. Schroeder's got his first bucket in this one.
The veteran Schroeder, excellent at recognizing when that mid-range jumper opens up.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Thompson left side. Connects from downtown. Thompson's got his third basket on the night right there.
Thompson continuing to work on that shot, hoping to become more consistent as an outside threat.
And Brent, two of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Asar and Amin Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Asar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
On the wing, Thompson takes a three, sinks it from distance. Thompson's got 6 here in the quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
He was gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one. Here's Daniels. On target from range. Daniels has got 7 points.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And here's Schroeder outside.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter, was right in his jersey.
To the middle. Okongwu. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good, Okongwu. He's perfect from the line this time. Pistons trail up by 21. Right wing. Here's Thor. Gets the three to fall. Thor's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Here's Daniels. It's not going to go for him. It's stolen by Okongwu. Oh, they pick off the pass. And up the court come the Pistons on the break. And here's Ivy from the arc. Hits a three-pointer. Ivy's got 5 points now this quarter.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Launches it. Buries it from 3.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pass to Thor. Shot clock at 5. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Hawks lead by 18. It's Tate on the wing. The 3. And the Hawks with another 3.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
That one falls. Ivy's got 10.
Oh, one of the better attackers of the rim. Ivy will not be stopped.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Randall getting up there, explosive vertically on that play with great timing.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
You also have to admire when they've gotten out and run in transition, and they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. Has produced some easy scores.
Detroit shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That one misses.
At the line
Good on the second one. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They'll face the Spurs at home after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside Robinson. Back to Thompson. From downtown. Atlanta with the rebound. Nance with it. Guarded by Stewart. And he lobs it up to the rim. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
Well, that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
.46 seconds left in the third quarter. 4 can't get it to go.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Now here's Johnson. 12 points for him. Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That free throw no good. The Hawks making a switch here. Timeout called. The Hawks. And he's good on the second. The ball's knocked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
This is where Larry Nance Jr. is invaluable to a coaching staff. A big that has lateral quickness to switch out and guard multiple positions.
Johnson inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Gets it off. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Atlanta cruising into the next.
54, the Hawks, 84.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Hawks. Inside. Oh, it's stolen. Here we go, all alone. And the jam by George.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. So it's Atlanta now. Outside Johnson. Pass to Walsh. For 3. Pure from three-point range.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
So many players in the league have their own podcast. Would you have had one during your career, Brent?
I think so, B.A. I think it would have been a lot of fun. I mean, how cool is it to connect to your favorite players or hear stories from guys as the season is going along, than to have these guys available in your earbuds all day, every day.
Oh, nice shot by Ivy.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivy has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
From the wing, the rebound by Detroit. Now Cunningham. Pass to Duran. And here's Harris outside. Rebounded by Johnson.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now that's how you rock the rim. Give him the 2 points and add a little style there as well.
Ridiculous.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
Left side Johnson. Shot on the wing. The shot, no good. And here's Ivy from the arc. Rebounded by Johnson. Down low. Nance. And Nance with the slam.
It's just so easy the way Larry Nance Jr. just gets up off the floor.
Here's Cunningham. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Cunningham's got 5 points now this quarter.
You saw he altered his release, allowing him to get around his defender, and then
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
There's Cunningham with a three. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Back to Nance. Here he goes. Kept alive by Atlanta. Pass to Johnson. Here's Daniels. 6 to shoot. Shoots a fadeaway. The shot by Johnson, no good.
you get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
Thompson, no good. Out left to the wing. Over to the wing. Pass to Daniels. Lets a three fly. They grab their own miss. 4-3. Thompson pulls it in. And it's Detroit with the ball. The three is up. And they'll get another chance. There's Cunningham with a three. The rebound by the Hawks.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Daniels. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
There's Cunningham with a three. He drops it from range. Cunningham's got 8 points in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Clock at 6. Outside Johnson. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Hawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. No good on the free throw.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels, when he steps onto the court, he's got a hunger to make an impact, and he's trying to put his team in position to win.
And he nails the third. And here's Detroit. Drives to the hoop. Outside Johnson. Off the mark there with a three. Harris outside. And so the ball out of bounds. Duran touched it last. And Atlanta with possession here. Here's Whitmore. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Ivy, right side. There's Cunningham with a three. And the Pistons, another three.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking. Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game. Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better.